Allah has created a bigger world for us, and we all will go there. However, the means which take us to that world is called death. So death is not something we should be afraid of. No one can escape from death. However, we all need to prepare for our death. And visiting cemetery and graveyard is a great opportunity for us to remind us of our death. And inshallah, once we are reminded of our death, that would definitely help us to prepare ourselves better for our death. Okay? And that's why we are here. So it is highly recommended that we visit cemetery once in a while, every week, or once in 2 weeks, or once in a month. It is highly recommended for us to visit cemetery. And when we are in a cemetery, there are certain etiquette, certain manners we need to follow in order to maximize the benefits of visiting the cemetery. If we follow these manners, inshallah, we'll benefit more from visiting cemetery, and we'll prepare ourselves better for our departure from this world, and inshallah ta'ala will benefit in the hereafter.
Yeah.
There are certain periods when we enter in cemetery area, we need to read. In simple words, we need to say salam to all those who are buried here in this cemetery. All the Muslims, all the mu'mineen. There are a lot of beloved ones. I'm not sure whether, definitely some of you have your beloved ones buried here. So when we come to cemetery, we are visiting them, and they really love, they really enjoy. When we come to cemetery and go to our beloved ones' grave, or any momina's grave, and put our hand and read some du'as, for example, Surah Qul Huwallah, Surah Al-Hamd, Ayatul Kursi, Allah allows their soul to come and visit their cemetery. As long as you are praying for them, they are enjoying your company, and in return they are praying for you too. So if you are praying for them, they are praying for you as well. The very important part is when we visit each other. When you come to my house, when I come to your house, what we say? Salamu alaikum. Okay? Salamu alaikum. So in the same way, when we visit the homes of our beloved ones who have departed this world, this is a natural system. This is how you can remember. So I gave the example that when we visit each other's homes, we say what? In the same way, when you enter cemetery, you should say Salamu alaikum. Okay? There is a specific dua. However, if you just say Salamu alaikum, that can also be fine. But there is a dedicated dua. Inshallah, we'll print that dua on a big poster and we'll hang it over there or in the beginning of the cemetery. So whenever you come, you can read that full dua. Here is the dua. Assalamu ala ahli la ilaha illallah. Let's read together. Assalamu alaykum ya ala ahli la ilaha illallah min ahli la ilaha illallah ya ahla la ilaha illallah bihaqqi la ilaha illallah kayfa wajadtum qawla la ilaha illallah min la ilaha illallah ya la ilaha illallah bihaqqi la ilaha illallah اغفر لمن قال لا إله إلا الله واحشرنا في زمرة من قال لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله علي ولي الله. This is a dua. We say peace be on you, all those people who said La ilaha illallah and then we beseech Allah, oh Allah, for the sake of La ilaha illallah, forgive all those who said La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Aliyun Waliullah. Okay? And then there are different du'as, but inshallah we'll write and they will be written on a big poster, so whenever you come, you will be able to read them. And now I'm going to mention some recommended acts for cemetery. So the very first etiquette that we mentioned, what was? Salam. Okay? And then the second one is visiting in the state of taharat with wudu or ghusl. So when you visit cemetery, like we visit mosque, okay? When you go for salah, you've done your wudu or ghusl, okay? So in the same way, when you visit cemetery, you can remember when you want to do salah, you need to do wudu or ghusl. In the same way, when you visit cemetery, it is recommended that we have done wudu or ghusl. Number 3, visiting cemetery at any day is recommended, especially on Monday, Thursday and Friday, anytime, or Saturday morning. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to visit cemetery 2 times a week, Monday and Friday. So if you visit only on Friday or only on Monday or even Saturday morning, that is recommended. So Monday, Friday or Saturday morning. These are 3 days in which visiting cemetery is recommended, and 4th day is Thursday as well. Okay. So these are some days in which visiting cemetery is recommended. And number 4, when we are in cemetery, we think of our departure from this world, and we connect ourselves with Allah. We think about Akhirat, we think about Jannat, we think about Jahannam. So that is also recommended. And number 4, visiting the graves of scholars and righteous people buried in that cemetery. So for example, this is a huge cemetery, just imagine, and in that cemetery there are some people who are buried there, and they were scholars, they were alim, they served you, they served the community, or there are some righteous people who are famous, they were good people. Visiting their specific grave and going onto their grave and reciting Fatiha is recommended. And number 5, facing Qibla direction. When you are reading Fatiha, you can sit in any direction, but it is recommended that we face Qibla direction. Again, the key word to remember is Salah. When we do Salah, which direction we face? Qibla direction. In the same way, when we are visiting cemetery, we are reciting Fatiha, it is mustahab that we are facing Qibla direction. Okay. And you can read Fatiha just by standing in front of a grave or sitting in front of a grave, but it is mustahab to be more loving, caring and affectionate. How would you do that? By placing your hand on the cemetery. So this way, your beloved, departed marhum or marhuma will like more. So that is how we express our love for the deceased person. We put our hand on the cemetery. So these are etiquette. Reciting Surah Al-Hamd, which surahs we recite? We can recite any part of Quran. However, there are certain surahs which are specifically recommended to be recited. Surah Al-Hamd, Surah Tawheed. Surah Tawheed means Surah Ikhlas. How does it begin? Qul Huwallahu Ahad. Okay. So Surah Al-Hamd, Surah Qul Huwallah, Surah Falaq, Surah Nas. These two are the last 2 surahs of Quran. Ayatul Kursi. Okay. These are the things which are highly recommended to be recited. Surah Al-Hamd, Surah Tawheed, Surah Falaq, Surah Nas and Ayatul Kursi. You can recite either of them or you can recite all of them. Reciting 11 times Surah Al-Tawheed. It is highly recommended that when we are visiting a cemetery, generally we recite 11 times Surah Tawheed for all the mu'mineen and mu'minat buried there in that cemetery. It is a hadith from Rasulullah. One who passes by a cemetery and recites At-Tawheed 11 times for the deceased people is granted the rewards of all those buried in that cemetery. So all those buried in this cemetery, those mu'mineen, if they have done good deeds, definitely they have done a lot of good deeds, and you recite Surah Tawheed 11 times, you will be given the rewards of all those virtuous and righteous people buried in that cemetery. In number 9, reciting 7 times Surah Al-Qadr on any grave. If you go to any grave of a mu'min or a mu'mina and recite Surah Al-Hamd 7 times, you will be rewarded with what? You will be saved from the terror of the day of judgment. Okay? Reciting Surah Yasin is also recommended. Okay, that's it. And now there are certain acts which are makruh to be done in cemetery. Passing makruh means discouraged. It's better not to done. If you don't do, you will get extra thawab. Passing by cemetery without greeting and praying. So if you are passing by a cemetery, you should say salam, you should do something. Without doing that, it's makruh. Number 2, walking on graves. Stepping on graves, that is makruh. If you are sleeping, do you like someone walking on you?
No.
Definitely not. Okay? So in the same way, walking on graves is makruh. And conversing about worldly matters, as long as you are in cemetery, talk about Allah, talk about Qiyamah, talk about Akhirat, talking about your business, talking about your friends, about your games, that is makruh, as long as you are in cemetery. And number 4, laughing or joking. If you are laughing or joking in cemetery, that is makruh. Number 5, urinating in cemetery. Okay? If someone needs to use washroom, if there is a designated area, then that's fine. Otherwise, anywhere in cemetery, no, that is makruh. We'll come to your question. Number 6, reading the engravings and writings on the graves. There are graves, there are something written on the graves. Reading those writings on the grave is makruh. Don't read them. You are not in cemetery to learn about those people who are buried there. You are in cemetery to connect yourselves about Akhirat. Okay? If you read, probably there is something which grabs your attention and you are no longer able to focus on Allah, on Akhirat. So don't read the writings on the grave. There are a lot of people who don't know. They always read whatever is written. No. So it's makruh. Don't do that. Doing salah in cemetery, doing your wajib prayer or mustahab prayer in cemetery is makruh, unless there is a designated place. Because if you are facing a grave and you are doing your salah, there is a risk that someone may think that you are praying to that grave. So it's makruh to do your salah in the cemetery unless there is a designated place. Number 8, sitting or reclining to a grave. If you are sitting on a grave or reclining to a grave, for example, there is a grave and you are just doing like that, that is makruh. Number 9, circumambulating any grave other than the grave of Masumin alayhi salam. Doing the tawaf, circle of any grave is makruh except the graves of Prophet Muhammad and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Number 10, and the last point, visiting cemetery in night time. If you visit cemetery in night time, that is makruh. So do not visit cemetery at night time. Why? Perhaps the wisdom is there are graves you may trip over because there could be some holes, and you may walk on the graves because you cannot see, it's dark, or you may be scared too much during night time. So perhaps these are the wisdoms for which visiting cemetery at night time has been considered makruh. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen. What is your question?
Why can we not walk on the grave?
Why can we not walk on the grave? If you are sleeping here, would you like to be walked on you? So the grave means someone is sleeping over there. So we shouldn't be walking when someone is sleeping. Okay? We shouldn't be walking on someone who is sleeping. So if you are walking on the cemetery, that's not good. They don't like that.
What happens if they wake up?
You do that.
If they wake up, they don't like, but they cannot hurt you. Those who are dead, they have left this world. They cannot influence this world. They cannot hurt you. They cannot do any damage.
No, yeah.
Except Masumin alayhi salam. Allah has given them the power that even after their death, they have the ability to influence the world. Other than Masumin alayhi salam, no dead person has any power or any authority to influence our lives. Okay?
Good questions, mashallah.
Good questions.
Mashallah, mashallah. Very good.
Mashallah, very good.
Okay.
Well, if they have words on the grave, then what's the point of reading them? Like, if they have words on the grave and you don't want to read them, if they have words on the grave and people want to read them, then why did the people made words on the grave so you could read them?
Yes, the point
Yeah,
is,
that's a good.
if we are not supposed to be
read.
reading
Yeah.
what is written on the grave, then why do we write something on the
No,
grave?
it's not that. It's like, why is like something written on the grave if you're not supposed to read it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay, don't laugh too much.
Yeah.
It is one of the makro.
Makruh, they
to
just
laugh
said.
in the cemetery. Other
Okay.
than that's fine, but if you are giggling, if you are writing, if you are laughing too much, then that is makruh.
Okay.
The point is sometimes people write on their graves so they know on which date they passed away. Okay? So, for example, the family's beloved one passed away. They have written for them to be reminded. Okay? And sometimes they write the name of Allah, the name of Masumin. That is out of their love for Masumin alayhi salam.
So they written on it
Yes.
for people that are dead.
No. They have written for them. Those people who have written, they have written for them. So when they visit the grave, they know on which date their beloved father or mother or grandfather or grandmother passed away. Yes?
Other people written on the grave.
Yes, other people shouldn't be reading.
It's
Yes.
more like an identity card.
It's just a kind of identity. It's identity card for those people who have lost their beloved ones. So,
They written on the grave so the people who were written on the grave didn't come and visit. And
Yes,
remind
yes.
Okay.
themselves that.
okay.
Okay, next question. Next question. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yes. I think we can do our questions first, and then you might get the answer out of our questions. Let's do our questions first. Okay, we can take one.
Come on.
So my regular teacher said that every graveyard has a headstone. Why, if we are in the cemetery and if I went to my great grandma's grave, then why does it have a headstone?
There is
So
headstone.
some graves have headstones. It's not mandatory to have a headstone. It's choice. It's optional. Some people want to have a headstone. Some people don't. And headstones are also of two kinds. You can see some are flat on the ground. Some are erected. Those which are erected, you need to pay them extra money. The cemetery people, those who look after the cemetery, you need to pay them extra money. Why? Because when they cut the grass, they need to stop and do manually around the grave. Because there is something reason. They cannot roll their machine over it. Because it's hidden, it's erected. Okay? If it was flat, they would roll their machine on that. So it would be cheaper for them. It costs them something extra, so they charge you extra. That's why some people prefer not to have headstone in the form of erected headstone, and they have just flat. And some people have it.
Yeah, we can do our questions, I guess,
So
because
now I'm going to ask, in fact,
into gifts. Yeah.
3 questions. So I'll divide you into 3 groups. So grade 1 to grade 3. The two
Kindergarten.
questions I'm asking
Kindergarten.
are only for kindergarten to grade 3. Kindergarten to grade 3. Okay.
Okay, listen everybody.
So question number 1. Is using washroom in cemetery makruh or mustahab? Makruh.
Makro, one gift.
There
Yeah,
are a
gift.
lot.
Crayons.
There
Yeah,
you go. Who answered?
yeah. Yeah, mashallah.
Okay.
Mashallah. Good.
And you also raise your hand. So
We'll all get chocolate.
second question is, can you tell me one mustahab act in cemetery? He is the youngest. What is that?
Okay, somebody else.
You. Any mustahabat that we discussed? No.
Okay.
To read du'as. To read du'as.
To read du'as.
Duas, mashallah, mashallah, very good. Have go take the
Thank
gift.
you,
Yeah.
both of you.
Yeah, that's good. Mashallah, that's good.
Third question. One thing which is makruh in cemetery.
Do not go. There's no washer anywhere or something.
No, we've discussed that. Other than that,
Don't step on the grave.
don't step on the grave.
Mashallah, mashallah, very good.
Okay.
Salawat Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala
Wonderful.
Muhammad.
And now second group, grade 4, 5 and 6. Only these three grades will answer. Okay?
Agar Jan,
No.
Agar Ganesh, you're going to go forward, listen to the question and answer.
Which surahs are recommended to be recited in cemetery? MashaAllah.
Mashallah, mashallah, very good. Pencil.
Okay. Second question. Mention two things which are makruh in cemetery.
It can be dangerous.
No. Grade
4, yeah. 4, 5, 6, yeah.
Okay.
Sitting on it or laying down on it.
Sitting,
Yeah, sitting or laying down.
sitting or
Yeah.
reclining. That's one. Number two.
Doing that night.
Going there, mashallah.
Number three.
Almost there.
Come on.
Almost.
Come on, you are there.
Walking.
Praying in front of it.
Yes.
Yay! Mashallah. Very good. Pencil, yeah, mashallah. Very good. Very good job, brother. Chalo, bhai.
Did I ask two questions or three?
Two questions so far. Yeah, third, one more, yeah.
Mention any three mustahab acts for the cemetery. Grade 4, 5, 6.
Going to the washroom. Stepping on a grave. And leaning on a grave.
No, that's the makruh. We are asking about mustahab.
Mustahab acts. Which are recommended, which we should be doing in cemetery. Okay. Great. Reciting surahs of Quran, that's one. Number two. Who else is there?
Whoever
Three
else
mustahab acts that we do in cemetery.
that we should be doing, yeah.
Are you in grade 4?
I'm in grade 5.
Okay, go
That's
ahead.
good.
Praying
Praying, yes.
and going to the washroom.
Mustahab.
Mustahab means recommend.
What we should be doing.
Should be doing in the cemetery.
Okay, next to you. Come on. your turn.
Doing wudu before.
Yes, doing wudu before visiting cemetery. Okay? Go ahead. Number one.
Reading du'as.
Reading du'as. Number two. Number three.
Doing the bus.
No, that's not mustahab.
Okay, behind you. Three things which are mustahab in cemetery.
Reading du'as. Put water on the grave.
Sprinkle water on the grave.
That is not recommended each time you do. That is only when we bury. That is not recommended. Oh no, you already answered.
Yeah, not again.
Three things which are mustahab in cemetery.
When you come in, when you say salam,
Yes, saying salam.
and
That's
then
good.
do wudu,
Wudu, that's
Be
good.
in the state of wudu.
yeah, and read du'as.
Read du'as.
Ridwa, mashallah. Salawatu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
7, 8, 9, 10.
7.
3 questions. Okay.
Okay.
There is no in fact complication thing. There are very simple things. Yes. So I'm just increasing the number. So 4 things which are makruh in cemetery. Any 4 things which are makruh. You shouldn't be doing. Makruh means you shouldn't be doing. Yes. 2.
Okay. Almost there.
Okay, we move to this one.
Using the bathroom
Using the bathroom,
praying in front of the grave,
praying in front of the graves.
laying on the graves,
Yes.
and walking on the graves.
Walking on the grave. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Salawatu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali. 2 more gifts to go. 2 more gifts.
2 more. And
Yes. 6.
things which are mustahab in the grave. Mahri.
Saying salam, being tahir, facing Qibla,
Facing Qibla while
while reciting du'as
reciting dua
and reciting du'as in surah.
And the 4th point is reciting dua in surah. 3rd is
That was 3.
yes. 4th. 1 more.
So you can redo coming with taharat, that's correct, saying salam, facing Qibla, and number 4.
Reciting du'as and
Yes.
Reciting dua. Okay. MashaAllah. Salawatu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Another question, what are 5 things which are recommended in
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Okay, she is raising each time her hand. Okay.
there's the question what
4 or 5 things which are recommended in grave. In cemetery.
On cemetery.
Yeah.
Come here on Saturday morning, Friday, Thursday, Monday.
MashaAllah, excellent.
To come here with wuzu or ghusl.
MashaAllah.
To not laugh or giggle too much.
MashaAllah.
4th one is to not come here at night.
That's
Coming
good.
guys.
And
MashaAllah, very good.
one is to not don't walk over the grave.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. एक बार फिर से salawatu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Things win or lose, you all are the winners.
Yeah.
Those who've come here, you all are winners. You've learned a lot, I think, I believe, and that is the biggest reward that you've got. Learning, knowledge. That is the best reward. Okay? Now we go and recite Fatima on Etiquette. There is one girl, a mu'mina, was just married 1 week ago. We are going to recite the Fatima.
यहाँ करें जब जाए तो जब निकलेंगे तो सबको एक देते Don't step on the grave unless you want somebody to walk on your grave.
Moms, and you have no option but to step on the grave, and that is other than that, if you have plenty of space.
Inshallah, beta Kareem, very good.
I'm facing Qibla. Qibla is this way. Okay? Qibla is
नहीं
this way.
नहीं north is
This way.
yeah exactly yeah little bit
Facing Qibla
that's it
direction.
perfect yeah.
And I am putting my hand over the grave and I am reading any surah or 7 times surah Qul Huwallah or just 1 time surah Al-Hamd and Qul Huwallah and surah Falaq, surah Nas, whatever you want to read. But this should be the posture when you are sitting. So this is Qibla direction and I am putting my hand. Putting my hand is a kind of my love and respect for the deceased one. Please take photos. You can upload.
yeah
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم So this is how we visit cemetery. And I hope you got the points and you learn how to visit cemetery and how to go to other something.
MashaAllah.
Whenever you feel comfortable, you can leave. And if you want to do Fatiha,